والصلاة والسلام على سيد الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين. أما بعد. Distinguished President of today's program, respected guests, teachers, and dear all. Today, on this special occasion, it is my pleasure to speak some words on its uniform civil code principle in India. The esteemed audience, the implement of uniform civil code in India has been an issue of debate for a long time. It has been one of the greatest problems that India has ever faced. The matter is discussed on extreme levels before every general election. India is presently going through that while we are going through a very painful and organizing period in our history. The ruling political party has been an intense supporter of the uniform civil code in India. The development comes after the Union government told the Supreme Court that Triple Talaq, Nikah, Halala and polygamy were not integral to the practice of Islam or essential religious practice. Subsequently, the Law Commission had put up on its website a questionnaire comprising 16 questions to seek public opinion on the civil code issue. Therefore, what does this uniform civil code mean? In layman's language, a uniform civil code basically highlights unifying all personal laws to define one single set of central laws for every citizen of the country. Irrespective of the community or religion they belong to, it covers areas like marriage, divorce, maintenance, inheritance, and adoption, etc. One country, one law is not possible here, and drafting a UCC will not do good for India because India has a diverse culture with history of religion, religions. A completed study of the personal laws of Muslims, Hindus, and other minorities will reveal the shared diversity of these laws, coupled with the dogmatic themes with which they are adherent to cannot promote uniformity of any sort in personal laws. In fact, the heterogeneity of Hindu law itself is such that even the possibility of a uniform Hindu code is ruled out. Talking of marriage alone, under the Hindu Marriage 1955, marriages may be solemnized in accordance with the rights and ceremonies of a variety of people who come under the definition of Hindu. For instance, according to Santa form of marriage that is followed mostly in North India, the marriage is deemed to be complete and binding when the couple takes 7 steps around with the sacred fire known as Safil. On the other hand, the South, Soyam Yatra and Siddhi Ruta forms of marriage are followed. Under these, the marriage is valid if the parties to the marriage declare in the presence of relatives that they are marrying each other, or if they garland each other, or put a ring on each other's fingers, or if the groom ties a tharin or magnium around the neck of the bride. Therefore, it therefore needs to be asked if it is possible or practicable to reconcile these divergent laws and formulate a uniform or common code that is acceptable to all communities. A uniform civil code is also against the spirit of the Constitution, which safeguards the right of citizens to practice their culture and religion. Also, UCC when implemented will bring to an end the continuous progress and paint all in one color. Article 25 of India's Constitution is a fundamental right which reads, all persons are equally entitled to freedom of conscience and the right freely to profess, practice and propagate religion. Article 44 of the same Constitution is a directive principle. The state shall endeavor to secure for citizens a uniform civil code throughout the territory of India. A directive principle, a suggestion, or an optional act cannot hurt to a fundamental right of a citizen, and this is common sense in effort to make changes in the Muslim personal law from all sides has always been considered. Interference in the religion and religious practices by the Muslims in India in general, and this is totally against the constitutionally right and guaranteed fundamental right. Moreover, the word secular was added to the Constitution, and this is common sense. India is not particular religion. A religion of overwhelming majority has been made the religion of the state. Articles 29 and 30 of the Constitution also ensure religious and linguistic minorities the right to establish and manage educational institutions of their choice. May Allah protect this country from all sorts of evil and give us the ability to practice our religion. Ameen. Wa akhiru da'wana alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin.